So I'm thinking about timelines, and this is for my essay on ministry. And I have three factors. I have exit, I have undergraduate, and I have experiment. What do I mean? So firstly, under exit, I'm thinking about what it means to land the plane. And lots of people are very concerned about getting the plane, getting the ministry off the ground. But I want to think about where it's going to land and when it's going to land. And that's just realistic because every ministry has to come to an end at some point of time. And this term, exit strategy, comes from the business world. It's when you exit the business or when you close shop. And that can sound very pessimistic. But the thing is, oftentimes when you hear about a ministry ending, it ends, badly. There's a kind of scandal. Or oftentimes as well, it kind of like fizzles out. That means it's ended way past its prime. And essentially what I want to do is to think about the end right in the beginning. And I want to think about how I can end this ministry well. Yeah, so that's the first thing, thinking about the exit. Number two, I'm thinking about the undergraduate. And that's because I'm thinking of doing ministry in a city of Cambridge, which is a university that's full of undergraduate students. And every year you have new students. And every 3 years, these students leave the city, they graduate. And essentially what happens is that these new students arrive into Cambridge meeting their future selves. They literally see who they could become in 3 years. Essentially, they meet their exit strategy. And what I want to do is to make my timeline reflect this seasonal change, to reflect this kind of life cycle of the undergraduate. And so my timeline is going to be 3 years. Finally, I'm going to make this ministry a kind of experiment. Yeah, I used to work in a lab. And experiments, I think, are great because experiments, they help us do two things. Number one, they test our assumptions. And number two, they help us learn by doing ministry. So firstly, they test our assumptions. And all of us, we enter ministry, with assumptions thinking that this is going to work. But essentially, many of those things are going to fail. And so we need to test them to see which of them are true and which of them are just assumptions. But secondly, we want to learn from them. We want to do ministry, we want to do, but we also want to reflect. We want to learn from them, and we want to see what is God doing through this ministry. And so in terms of my timeline, three things again: exit, considering the end; the undergraduate, considering the people who we are trying to reach through this ministry; and finally, experiment, trying to learn from doing this ministry and learn what God is trying to say to us through this ministry.